Today, I want to talk about something pretty heavy but real, what it's like divorcing a narcissist. If you're in it right now or you've survived it, just know that you're not crazy, you're not weak, you're navigating something most people will never fully understand unless they have lived it. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through what narcissists do during a divorce, what it costs you mentally, emotionally, and financially, and then also how it affects the children. Because if you don't dot all your I's and cross all your T's, these people will ruin your life and the lives of your children. So, this video is part teaching and part just real talk. So, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's have this conversation. Divorcing a narcissist isn't just ending a relationship, it's entering a battlefield that you didn't sign up for. Narcissists, they don't see divorce as an ending, they see it as a game to win. Control is everything to them, image is everything. So at first, they might act like they're cool with it and calm and even charming, maybe. But once they realize that they're actually losing control over you, the real face comes out. They might, and often do, start smear campaigns painting you as the bad guy. They drag out the legal process just to drain you emotionally and financially. They use the kids as pawns, manipulating them, guilt tripping you, triangulating relationships. It's not about fairness to them, it's about power, about punishment. It's how dare you? How dare you leave me? Talk about an ownership concept they have. And it's exhausting because every time that you think that you've reached an agreement, they find a new way to stir chaos just to stay in control of your life a little longer. The mental cost of divorcing a narcissist is massive. And it's important to say that out loud to yourself so you can hear that, because you might start doubting yourself. You might wonder, am I the crazy one? You might feel so drained that even basic tasks feel overwhelming. Remember, they are vampires. They're stealing your energy. You feel shame for not being able to keep the children feeling secure and safe and tucked away in bed happy. You take on the responsibility of what the other has done and wear the guilt like it's your cross to carry, which further instills that I'm not worthy subconscious belief that you were programmed to have. And the children often see you as guilty due to both what you're vibrating and what the abuser has created in their manipulative smear campaigns. And yes, the smear campaign is used on the children as well. And most often in divorce cases, children typically choose the stronger person. So in this situation, who looks stronger, right? These people, they're cruel to the bone. I often question whether they're full humans because they don't appear to have souls. And in this, you lose everything. Even after years, sometimes decades of abuse that you've endured, all the losses, you continue to be abused. But this time, all gloves are off. This is game on to them. I used to think that my ex husband was doing all these crazy things in the divorce process because he was hurting. It wasn't hurting, it was about winning. Little did I know that this wasn't going to be a temporary hardship either, but ended in a lifetime of after effects. Some of this to this day still bleeds in my life. What about yours? Leave a comment down below. It is hard during and it is hard leaving. It's a grieving process, not just for the relationship, but for the illusion that you were sold. You still grieve the loss that you thought you had. You grieve the life that you thought you were building. And even when you know that you're doing the right thing by leaving, it can still feel like you're breaking into pieces. And that's normal. That's not weakness. That's healing. Feel your feelings. Honor your feelings. Healing from narcissistic abuse is messy. It's not a straight line. Some days you'll feel free. Other days you'll feel like you're drowning in emotions that you didn't even know you had. But over time, you find pieces of yourself again. It is seriously worth it. You become more you than you ever were inside the relationship. And I'm not kidding when I say that. All of a sudden you have a personality, right? Because you never had the right to have a personality before. Let's talk about the kids because they're often the silent victims on all of this. Narcissists will use the children. They are going to twist conversations. They'll make the child feel that they have to pick sides. And this puts the child in an impossible emotional tug of war. Kids might start acting out. They might withdraw. They might even mimic the narcissistic behaviors because they're surviving in the environment they're given. But here's the hope. Research shows that if a child has even one safe, stable, emotionally available parent, one parent who shows up with love, boundaries, and patience, that child can grow into a healthy, thriving adult. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. You just have to be that soft place for them to land. And by modeling emotional safety, you give them the roadmap that the narcissist never could. And for those of you whose children are grown and gone, where you couldn't make them feel safe and secure because you yourself were distracted, forgive yourself. Go easy on you. That's part of the healing. You were doing the best that you could. Look back at your situation. You were in survival mode. Survival mode as in having to deal with lawyers and more paperwork because the abuser is constantly striking. It makes it impossible to have your energy elsewhere. Story times were not even an option. No energy left. You were depleted. All your worst fears were coming at you emotionally and physically. That's why often in YouTube videos, you hear people using the analogy of survival mode, talking about a person running from a bear. They have no time to place their energy or anything except run if they have a chance at survival. And that's what you were going through along with cognitive dissonance. You were going through super abuse. And then there's the financial side, the one people don't talk about enough. Narcissists will drag things out in court. They're going to fight over tiny things, not because they care, but because they know that it's costing you money, energy, and peace. They'll stonewall, file motions, they'll delay signing papers, whatever keeps the drama alive and your wallet bleeding. They're going to go after your business, your money, and they'll go after your reputation. It's strategic. It's about draining your resources so you have less energy to fight back. And yeah, it's unfair. It's brutal. And it can leave you financially wiped out for a season or two. But keep in mind that it's an investment in your freedom. It's an investment in your peace. It's an investment in your children's future. To not have to live with somebody who's making you crazy all the time. No amount of money is worth staying trapped in a psychological warfare for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Freedom always has a cost, but so does staying imprisoned. Now let's look at ways to protect yourself before divorcing a narcissist. Cross all your T's and dot your I's here. Get quiet, get clear. Don't announce your plans early. Narcissists often retaliate when they sense loss of control. Start documenting everything discreetly. Conversations, threats, financial behaviors, and custody issues. Secure emotional support is another thing I want you to do. Line up a therapist, trauma-informed coach, or a support group. Someone who understands narcissistic abuse. Confide in only one or two trusted people who won't leak your plans. This one is very important. You don't know who your flying monkeys might just end up being. Number 3, financial self-protection. Open a separate bank account in your name only at a different bank if needed. Gather and make copies of all financial documents, your tax returns, your bank statements, your mortgage info, your credit reports, retirement accounts, whatever, everything that you have, put that together. Start building a financial safety net if you can, even small amounts count. Narcissists often try to drain or cut off access to funds during a split. Number 4, legal preparation. Consult a divorce attorney who understands high conflict personalities. Make sure you check that one out. Even if you're not ready to file, learn your rights. Consider hiring a forensic accountant if you suspect hidden assets. Understand your custody rights and gather any documentations related to parenting patterns or manipulation. 5, gather evidence. Document emotional abuse, threats, or manipulation. Back up text messages, emails, voicemails, ideally to a cloud storage or an external drive. Use a journal, physical or digital, to track incidents and patterns, dates, times, what was said, what was done, how you responded, whatever information you want to put on there. Number 6, create a safety plan, especially if you suspect retaliation or violence. Create a physical safety plan. Where would you go? Who would you call? Next, you want to change passwords, your email, your bank, your social media, and consider a new phone or email account for sensitive communication. Number 7, protect your digital footprint. Log out of shared devices. Narcissists often spy or snoop. Turn off location sharing and review privacy settings on all apps and accounts. Number 8, set emotional boundaries now. Begin emotionally detaching and practicing gray rock responses. Don't get drawn into drama. Respond minimally, factually, and without emotion. 9, plan for post-separation abuse, aka narcissistic rage. Expect smear campaigns, flying monkeys, gaslighting, and custody sabotage. Prepare emotionally now. Keep records of everything. Limit communication to apps like Our Family Wizard or Talking Parents once legal proceedings begin. I'm telling you, I've been through a nasty divorce. Dot your I's and cross your T's. In closing, if you're in the middle of it right now or healing from it, please hear me. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you feel. Divorcing a narcissist is one of the most courageous acts of self-respect and protection that you can make for yourself and for your children. Healing after this is real. Joy after this is real. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Honor yourself for how far you've already come. Even if today you're still knee-deep in the hard parts, you're already moving toward the life that you deserve, even when it feels slow. And no narcissist, no amount of games can take away the healing that's growing inside of you. You got this. So keep going. I leave you with all of this, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.